Hello amigos, thank you for your active participation in sharing your childhood memories regarding cartoons. Hope walking through your memories by recollecting them and putting them down made you cherish all the wonderful moments. Here are the shoutouts. Thank you again for sharing it on our platform. Earlier we have gone through the Quad Summit. Here, let's discuss the G7 Summit. Watch our video completely to know how would it benefit India, although it's not part of that particular group. India has been invited to the outreach session of the G7 Summit that was hosted by the United Kingdom this year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to attend this summit through a virtual meet with world leaders of the most advanced countries of the world. So what is G7? The term G7 stands for Group of Seven. G7 is an international organization consisting group of 7 countries where the world's most influential and advanced economies are brought together for close discussions. Current members of G7 are the USA, the UK, France, Germany, Italy, Canada and Japan. All the countries in G7 are highly advanced economical countries. G7 meet held annually every year. Every year, heads of member countries and representatives of the European Union attend the meet for the discussion.
And I actually think this is a meeting that genuinely needs to happen. And we need to make sure that as we recover, we level up. And I actually think that we have a huge opportunity to do that.
Let's go back to the date when this organization came into existence. And now, little more reasons for the formation of the G7 group. This organization was formed in the year 1973 due to the oil crisis. What is the 1973 oil crisis? In 1973, Arab nations increased the oil prices. At that time, there was a war between Arab nations and Israel. So, the Arab decided to increase prices for the countries that supported Israel. On this basis, in the year 1970s, the world started facing a huge economic crisis. Due to this, the USA took the initiative to form such groupings, especially for the Western countries. In 1973, the USA decided and 6 countries formed G6, which is known as Group of 6. They are the US, Great Britain, France, Germany, Italy and Japan. The first summit was held in 1975 in France. At that time, it is called G6 Nations, where Canada is not a part of the summit in 1975. In 1976, the meeting hosted by the USA and it proposed Canada to be part of the summit. So, in the year 1976, the G6 summit turned out to be the G7 summit. There were times G7 summit became G8. In 1994, Russia informally joined the discussions, although it was officially not declared. After 1997 meet, Russia was officially invited to the meet and it joined G7 nations in 1998. From then, this organization is called G8. At present, G8 doesn't exist and this organization became G7 in the year 2014 because in the year 2014, Russia was removed from the groupings because of the annexation of Crimea by Russia. Let's now know more about Crimea. Crimea is a peninsula which is a part of Ukraine, but Russia occupied that land in 2014. Due to such an act by Russia, the Western nations penalized by removing Russia from groupings. At present, member countries of G7 are the USA, the UK, France, Germany, Italy, Canada and Japan. Last year, G7 summit was cancelled due to COVID-19. This year, 2021 G7 summit held on June 11th to 13th hosted by the United Kingdom. To this summit, Along with G7 nations, countries like Australia, South Korea, South Africa, and India are also invited as guest countries to share and discuss. As Australia has also been invited to the summit along with our country, we can notice Quad group exists at the summit. They are the USA, Australia, Japan, and India. G7 countries support India's border problem with China, and Quad nation countries also got into existence of the meeting. So, there might be a chance to deliver a message on China's expansion policy which will help India strategically. If you have no idea what the expansion policy of China is, go check out the video on Quad Summit by clicking on the above icon and link down below in the description. As we have already discussed, India has been invited to the summit, which means India is attending the G7 meet for the second time. For the first time, India has been invited by G7 under the French presidency in 2019 to the Biarritz summit as a goodwill partner. The theme for the year 2021 G7 summit is Build Back Better. The UK has outlined 4 priority areas to deal with the meet. They are 1. Leading the global recovery from coronavirus while strengthening resilience against future pandemics. 2. Promoting our future prosperity by championing free and fair trade. 3. Tackling climate change and preserving the planet's biodiversity. 4. Championing our shared values. Leaders are expected to talk on global recovery of the pandemic, sharing views on health, climate change, and exchange views on the way forward. This year, UK will host meetings throughout the year with government ministerial groups of G7. These meetings are planned to held both virtually and physically. The 7 ministerial groups are 1. Trade Ministers, 2. Interior Ministers, 3. Health Ministers, 4. Foreign and Development Ministers, 5. Climate and Environmental Ministers, 6. Digital and Technological Ministers, 7. Financial Ministers. The G7 meeting agenda discussed on June 11th is Economic Recovery. June 12th is Global Resilience, Foreign Policy, Health and Infrastructure. June 13th is Open Societies, Climate and Nature. The 3-day summit concluded by discussing the topics like economic recovery, global resilience, foreign policy, health and infrastructure, open societies, climate and nature. G7 has been once criticized as an outdated group of countries as it does not include one of the largest countries in the world like India and China. However, their decisions can have global significance as the member countries discuss important issues like the economy, terror, armed control, climate. For example, in the year 2002, G7 played a crucial role in collecting funds globally to fight against malaria and AIDS. Like this, international organizations play a crucial role in solving the issues faced globally. This is all about today's episode. If you like our episode, don't forget to share, like and subscribe to our channel KindaKnowledge.